Okay. So last lecture we have seen that concurrency control in distributed database. Okay. Now in this lecture we will see the availability. This is also one of the point in this chapter, and only one point is remaining. So the availability means what? So already we have seen that in the distributed environment. So the different sites were connect with each other, right? In distributed database must continue functioning even there the various types of failure. For example, suppose in your distributed database having 4 sites, okay, and out of that 4 site, one site will be failure. One site will be failure. So if it is failed, but by using other site, we are going to execute your transaction, because the replica copy of the database or the can be available in the other side. So you can access that replica copy and you can continue your transaction. So that's why the availability is also one of the main advantages in distributed database environment. Okay, so in the distributed database must continue the functioning even when there are various types of failure. Okay, so interconnection problem, traffic problem, if any one of the sites will be failure, so that time your that database replica copy is also available in the different parts of the site. So you can access that replica copy and you have to do your transaction. So that's why availability is one of the most important advantage of distributed database. Okay, then the robustness. Okay, so all of you have to know that this is also one of the characteristics of distributed database. So what is my robustness? Ability of the system to function even during the failure of site. If any one of the sites is failed, any one of the fault can be occurred, and that's why that site is failed. But by their replica database replica copy is also available in the other side, so you can do your transaction. So means that is a robustness is also one of the characteristics of the distributed database. So failure are more likely in the large distributed database systems. Detect so you can easily detect that failure, reconfigure that system. So computation may be continue, and the retention when the site or the link will be repaired. Okay, so means if any one of the site will be failure because of any fault. Okay, so that time you can suppose link has to be failed, that server has to be failed. Any one of the fault can be occur during performing that transaction. But you all are familiar with that, how in the distributed database the data storage. So in the case of fragmentation and in the case of replication, suppose the data has to be stored in the form of replication, so the replica copy is also available in the different parts of sites. So if any one of the site is failed, so you can access that replica copy from the other side, or if it is present on that particular initiated side, so the coordinator side and the participant side, those where that transaction is initialized, so that site is called as a coordinator side. Okay, and those sites will be participate for performing that transaction. That sites are called as a participating site. So you can access that particular database or particular data atom from the replica copy, those who are available in their coordinator side, or if it is present in the participating side. So due to that reason, availability is also one of the most important characteristics in distributed database environment. So that's why the one of the characteristics, that is robustness, you all are familiar with that, means ability of the system can do the functioning even if any sites will be failed. Okay, so by using other site perform their transaction. So this is one of the characteristics of distributed database. Okay, and in the failure detection or the data detection, so it is link failure. From the failure is had partial solution, have the multiple links. So likely that if the site has to be filled, so the deadlock detection is also easy. So already we have seen that in how the concurrency control can be happen in the distributed environment. So already we have seen that different protocols by using that in the distributed database, how the concurrently the transactions will be executed, right? So by using that, they are going to perform that transaction. So reconfiguration. So when the abort all the transaction that were active at the fail side, okay. So whatever the transaction we are going to perform in the failure side, so all the transactions are aborted, since they may hold locks on that data at the side that are still active. Okay, for example, if any one of the transaction wants to perform, any one of the sites wants to perform a transaction, okay, and that time they can suppose that particular lock on that data item, but now that site is failed, so it can be all the transactions are aborted, all the transactions will be aborted, and by using that again by using other way we are going to perform that transaction. So this is a way by using that we are going to perform that transaction. Okay, so this is also one of the most important characteristics of distributed database. Okay, so when the data objects are replicated, it may be possible to proceed, read and update even the some replica are inaccessible. Okay, means already I am talking about that if suppose if any one of the site has to be filled, so that time you can access, already we have seen that how the data can be stored in the distributed database by using replication and by using fragmentation. So if whether that failure side is replica copy is available on the failure side, so by using other side you can access that data item, and you can grant the lock on that particular data item. Once that site has to be repaired, okay, once that site is repaired, then you can send the, you can see that coordinator side can be see the log table, and whether that transaction is successfully committed, then that message can be sending to the failure side, and that replica is also updated. So why that things can be happen for the consistency in your database. Okay, so if replicated data item were at the failed side, update the system catalog and remove them from the list of the replica. Already I am talking about that. If failed site was a central coordinator or some system, election must be held. See how it can be happen. Election means what? Suppose that failed site is a coordinator site. Okay, means main coordinator side is failed. So that time what they have to do? So other side they can the coordinator side can be make the election and must held to determine the new coordinator. Okay, for example, here I am talking about that. Suppose in your system they're having 3 sites, Pandharpur, Solapur and Pune. Okay, and now the Pandharpur side is a coordinator side. Okay, already we have, and the Pune and the Solapur sites are the participant sites. Okay, and now when you performing that transaction and Pandharpur side is failed. Okay, if any fault can be occur, and that's why Pandharpur side is failed. So that time what happened? The subsystems means participating sites, which are who are the participating sites? I am given one example how the election must be held. See, in your distributed database having 3 sites, Pandharpur, Pune and Solapur. Pandharpur side is a coordinator side. Pandharpur side ही काय आहे? Coordinator side आहे. आणि Solapur आणि Pune, these are the participating side. But when you performing that transaction, that time Pandharpur side is failed. Pandharpur side काय झाली? Fail झाली. So that time what they have to do? Pune आणि Solapur side ज्या subsystem आहेत किंवा participating side आहेत, they can do the election. Okay, means the coordinator, central coordinator can perform the election and must help to determine the new coordinator. And by using election म्हणजे काय? त्या राहिलेल्या 2 साइड पैकी कुठली तरी एक साइड ऍज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर म्हणून कन्सिडर होते, and by using that we are going to perform that transaction. Okay, so name server, concurrency coordinator, global deadlock detection, all that things can be done by using that central coordinator. Okay, so means by using that you can easily recover. Okay, and the additional need to take and bring the values up to date. Already we have to know that when you go for the distributed environment, so there is having some concurrency, consistency in your database. Okay, database मध्ये consistency असेल तर you can they're having no error in the in your transaction. Okay, and easily you have to get the accurate data. So that's why if any one of the side is failed, but that side is a coordinator side, so that time central coordinator take election, and remaining side राहिलेल्या ज्या participating sides आहेत त्यांच्यापैकी एक side can be considered as a new coordinator. ओके, कारण पंढरपूर साइड सध्या फेल आहे, ती कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड होती, पण आपल्याला ट्रान्झॅक्शन तर परफॉर्म झालं पाहिजे, राईट. मग अशा वेळेस काय केलं जातं की ज्या रिमेनिंग साइट्स आहेत, तर राहिलेल्या साइड कोण आहेत, सोलापूर आणि पुणे, तर त्या सेंट्रल कोऑर्डिनेटर काय करतो, ह्या 2 साइड पैकी कुणाला तरी एक नवीन कोऑर्डिनेटर म्हणून कन्सिडर करतो, आणि दॅट कोऑर्डिनेटर हॅव्हिंग द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू perform that transaction, and you have to maintain the consistency in the database. Okay, and where after the failure means recover that particular side, म्हणजे पंढरपूर साइड ज्यावेळेस रिकवर होईल तर त्यावेळेस जे काही ट्रान्झॅक्शन ह्यांनी परफॉर्म केलं होतं, दॅट ट्रान्झॅक्शन इज सक्सेसफुली अपडेटेड. ओके, सक्सेसफुली आफ्टर द सक्सेसफुली कमिटेड, देन those who are the new coordinator. आता सोलापूर आणि पुणे पैकी समजा पुणे हा नवीन कोऑर्डिनेटर आहे, तर त्या कोऑर्डिनेटरची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी काय आहे की जे ट्रान्झॅक्शन त्यांनी परफॉर्म केले. ओके, सो व्हॉट एव्हर द अपडेशन्स आर मेड इन दॅट डेटाबेस, so these can be reported to the failure side. Okay, after recovering, ज्यावेळेस ती फेल झालेली साइड रिकवर होईल त्यानंतर त्यांना तो मेसेज सेंड करेल की you have to also update the replica copy of that database. Okay, so like this way the transaction can be performed in the distributed environment. Okay, the next is a majority biased approach. Already we have seen that biased approach, majority biased approach in the these are the protocols were used in the concurrency control in the distributed database. The majority protocol for the distributed concurrency control can be modified to work even if some sites are unavailable. Majority biased protocol मध्ये काय होतं, कोण सांगू शकेल का? If anyone tell me what is the major what we have to do in the majority based approach protocol. Already we have seen that in the concurrency control different protocols were used: single lock system, distributed lock system, biased protocol, majority biased protocol. Okay, so if anyone can be said what is meant by majority biased approach? Anyone? Yes, Prashant, are you there? Please unmute your mic and tell me what is meant by majority based approach. Yes, Prashant? Yeah. So tell me what is meant by majority based approach. See, in the majority based approach, what we have to do? So the protocol, these are also this is also one of the protocol used for the concurrency control in the distributed database. For example, majority biased means what? n+1 side la तुम्हाला काय करायचंय? We are going to send a message. Okay, already we have seen. See, लक्षात ठेवा रे मुलांनो. Where it is primary copy. majority. See, in a majority protocol, what we have to do, n by 2 plus 1 side la you can send a message. For example, in your side, Q has to be available on, has to be available on 4 side. Okay, how many side? 4 side. म्हणजे जो डेटा आयटम वरती तुम्ही ट्रान्झॅक्शन परफॉर्म करणार आहे, सपोज दॅट डेटा आयटम नेम इज Q. Okay, and that Q is available on the 4 side. How many side? 4 side. So out of that, 4 side means n. 4 divided by 2 plus 1. म्हणजे किती झालं? 3 side. So you can send a lock request to these 3 side. म्हणजे majority. सिंगल लॉक मध्ये काय, एकच साइड तुम्ही कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड म्हणून कन्सिडर करणार आहे, लॉक मॅनेजर साइड, and that side can be handle all these activity. But in the majority protocol, what we have to do, those data item we are going to perform a transaction. Suppose Q हा data item आहे आणि त्यावरती तुम्ही transaction perform करताय. Okay, but that Q is available on the 4 side. How many side? 4 sides वरती तो Q ची replica available आहे. So you can send a lock request majority. म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त साइडला किती साइडला पाठवायचा, तर 4 डिवाइडेड, म्हणजे नंबर ऑफ साइड्स किती आहेत? 4. 4 डिवाइडेड बाय 2 plus 1 means that is 3. So you can send a message for the 3 side for the lock request, and according to that we are going to perform a transaction. And the biased protocol means what? What is meant by biased? So if you have to shared lock, means if you have to only read the data item, then you can perform the shared lock. Okay, so there is no need to send a message to all other side, कारण आपण डेटा फक्त रीड करतो, you are not going to update. So in that case there is no need to send a lock request message to other side. Okay, so that is nothing but the shared lock. म्हणजे काय बघा, सपोज तुम्हाला एखादी समजा पंढरपूर साइड आहे आणि एखाद्या अकाउंट होल्डरची इन्फॉर्मेशन फक्त त्यांना रीड करायची. ओके, only they want to read the information. So that time what they have to do, so Pandharpur side can acquire the shared lock on that data item. त्या replica copy वरती तो काय कुठला lock acquire करेल? Shared lock. And there is no need, समजा ती replica copy is also available in the Pandharpur and Solapur branch. Okay, so at that time there is no need to send the shared lock request to these 2 sides. त्या 2 साइडच्या रेप्लिका वरती लॉक अप्लाय करायची गरज नाही, कारण ओनली you are going to only read the data item, not update it. Okay, so that is a shared lock. But in case of exclusive lock कधी आपण अप्लाय करतो? So if you have to read and update the data item. Okay, if you are read and update, जर तुम्हाला डेटा रीड पण करायचं आणि त्यात काहीतरी मॉडिफिकेशन करायचंय. Okay, so that time so it is there is need to send a exclusive lock request to all the replica copy where that available. Okay, so that is means in the read operation they are having a less overhead and the frequency of the read is much greater than the frequency of write. So that's why shared lock is you can easily apply that shared lock. But in case of what is the disadvantage? Additional overheads on write. जेव्हा तुम्हाला डेटा राइट करायचा असतो, अपडेट करायचा असतो, so that time you can send a message to all the sites where that replica is available. But share the majority protocol decide. So this is a combination of both majority and biased. Okay, this is a combination at here. That protocol is called as a majority biased protocol. Okay, that combination is called as a majority biased protocol. Okay, so see at here. So in this case, each replica of each atom has version number. Already we have seen that quorum concurrency quorum, also one of the protocol, quorum consensus. Okay, so each having some version number, right? So each replica of each atom has a version number which updated when the replica is updated. तर ज्यावेळेस रेप्लिका कॉपी अपडेट होते त्याच वेळेस तो व्हर्जन नंबर इज ऑल्सो अपडेटेड. इफ द डेटा आयटम इज रेप्लिकेटेड इन द डिफरंट साइड, समजा एखादा डेटा आयटम आहे तो जवळजवळ 3 ते 4 साइडला रेप्लिकेटेड आहे, then the request message must be sent more than 1/2. ऑलरेडी मी सांगितले की मेजॉरिटी more than 1/2, म्हणजे समजा 4 साइडला तो रेप्लिका कॉपी इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल then you can send a request, lock request message to n by 2 plus 1. Okay, how many side? N is nothing but the 4 side. How many sides that replica copy is available? 4 side. तर तुम्हाला किती साइडला लॉक रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करावी लागणार आहे? 4 साइड म्हणजे n व्हॅल्यू ऑफ n इज 4. 4 divided by 2 plus 1 means 3 side. 4 मधल्या 3 साइडला तुम्हाला लॉक रिक्वेस्ट काय करावी लागेल? सेंड. सो दिस इज अ मेजॉरिटी प्रोटोकॉल. And biased protocol means what? When you read the data atom, so you can apply the shared lock. If you have to read and update the data atom, or you can write the data atom, then you can apply the exclusive lock. But when you apply the shared lock, there is no need to send a log request to other side. Okay, for example, मी काय सांगितलं की पंढरपूर साइडला एखादा डेटा आयटम रीड करायचा आहे. Okay, and that data atom is available on that side. Okay, so they can directly access that for applying the shared lock. So that time there is no need to send the shared lock request to पुणे and सोलापूर, कारण आपण डेटा फक्त रीड करतोय, त्यामुळे दुसऱ्या साइडला त्याचा लॉक रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करायची गरज नाही किंवा त्या साइडची रेप्लिका लॉक करायची गरज नाही. ओके, बट वेन यू राईट द डेटा आयटम, जर तुम्ही त्या डेटा आयटम मध्ये काहीतरी मॉडिफिकेशन करणार असाल, सो दॅट टाइम यू कॅन अप्लाय द एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक. पण तो लॉक अप्लाय करताना यू कॅन सेंड द एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक रिक्वेस्ट ऑल्सो इन द अदर साइड ऑफ द रेप्लिका. ओके, सो दिस इज अ मेजॉरिटी. मेजॉरिटी म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त साइडला तुम्ही लॉक रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करायचे. जास्तीत जास्त साइड म्हणजे काय की ज्या ज्या रेप्लिका कॉपी किती साइडला अवेलेबल आहे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द n divided by 2 plus 1. Okay, so that side you can send the log request. Okay, but when you are saying only when you apply the exclusive lock. Okay, and that is exclusive lock and shared lock. So this is a majority biased approach. Okay, so see here I am going to give an example. Example of the majority biased approach. So you have to get the idea about that. So this is a version number 1, S1 side having version number 1, S2 side having a version number 1, similarly S3 side having the, and S4 side is also version number is 1. So here the value of Q, आता आपल्याला काय करायचंय, फक्त रीड करायचंय. Okay, only read the value of data item Q. Okay, so transaction T reads the value of Q from the side. Okay, from which side? From the side with the highest version number. ज्या साइडचा सगळ्यात हायेस्ट वर्जन नंबर आहे त्या साइड करून आपल्याला काय करायचंय, Q ची व्हॅल्यू रीड करायची. पण आता या केस मध्ये सगळ्या साइडचा वर्जन नंबर सेम आहे. इन दॅट केस ऑल द साइड्स हॅव्हिंग वर्जन नंबर इज सेम. आपल्याला काय करायचंय की Q हा डेटा आयटम रीड करायचा आहे, फक्त रीड करायचा आहे. ओके, ओनली यू हॅव टू रीड द डेटा आयटम Q. पण कुठून? फ्रॉम द साइड विथ द हायेस्ट वर्जन नंबर. अशा साइड कडून की ज्या साइडचा वर्जन नंबर हायेस्ट आहे. बट इन दिस एक्झाम्पल दे आर हॅव्हिंग 4 साइड्स and all the sides having the version number is 1, सेम आहे. मग आता ह्या केस मध्ये काय करायचं की पहिला आपण मेजॉरिटी Q is available in the 4 side. Q किती साइडला आहे? 4 साइडला Q अवेलेबल आहे. ओके, and you can send a log request. You can send a log request n divided by 2 plus 1 side. म्हणजे 3 साइडला तुम्हाला सी इथं बघितलं असेल तुम्ही, 3 साइडला तुम्ही लॉक, शेअर्ड लॉक, S of Q, ट्रान्झॅक्शन T, ट्रान्झॅक्शन आपलं कुठलं आहे T, and that transaction T perform a lock. See, you can see the cursor. Lock, कुठला लॉक टाकतोय आपण? डेटा फक्त आपल्याला रीड करायचं आहे. So that's why we are going to apply shared lock, yes, on that Q data item. आणि किती साइडला आपण सेंड केली लॉक रिक्वेस्ट? मेजॉरिटी, राइट? शेअर्ड लॉक, we are going to perform a shared lock on the 3 sides Q is available. So all of you getting this? ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण मेजॉरिटी म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त मेजॉरिटी प्रोटोकॉल मध्ये आपण काय बघितलं की ज्या ला तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, लॉग रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करायची. ओके, सो दिस इज अ शेअर्ड लॉग. देन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ सपोज yes, anyone? If you have to write something on that particular data item, so that time you log. So see at here guys, transaction T read the highest version, transaction T, yes, transaction T reads the highest version number and sets the new version number to old version number plus 1. ओके, म्हणजे जर तुम्ही एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक अप्लाय केला तर शेअर्ड लॉक मध्ये काय होतं की मी काय सांगितलं की ज्या डेटा आयटमला म्हणजे तुम्ही व्हॅल्यू रीड करणार आहे, सो दॅट टाइम देर इज नो नीड टू अप्लाय द शेअर्ड लॉक ऑन दॅट other side also. Okay, but when you write the data item, so that time you can change the version number. तुम्ही त्याच्यावरती काहीतरी ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म केलं की ऑटोमॅटिकली द व्हर्जन नंबर इज चेंज. ओके, सो राईट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ क्यू इन द लॉग डेटा. आता ह्या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये सगळ्यांनी बघा की ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉग टाकता, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही आता काय झालं की क्यू इज अवेलेबल ऑन द 4 साइड, 4 साइड ला क्यू अवेलेबल आहे, तुम्हाला डेटा आयटम वरती ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करायचे. सो वी आर गोइंग टू राईट द डेटा आयटम. ओके, सो ऑन दॅट क्यू, सो दॅट टाइम फर्स्ट अप्लाय द मेजॉरिटी प्रोटोकॉल, फर्स्ट अप्लाय मेजॉरिटी प्रोटोकॉल. त्यामुळे तुम्हाला ह्या आउट ऑफ 4 साइड यू कॅन सेंड अ एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक साइड ऑन द 3 साइड. 3 साइडला तुम्हाला exclusive lock request send करावी लागेल. See in this example. Okay, and already we have seen that the highest number version number इथं सध्या नाहीये कारण every side having the version number is 1. प्रत्येक साइडचा वर्जन नंबर काय आहे 1. and write the value of q in the lock side. एकदा तुम्ही लॉक साइडला we are going to perform that transaction and after successfully commit you can write the value of q in all the locked side. आता लॉक साइड कुठले आहेत, S1, S2 आणि S3 हे आपण लॉक केलेत. ओके, and we are going to perform a transaction and after successfully perform a transaction, after successfully commit that transaction, we are going to update that q. ती q ची व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही काय केली, अपडेट केली. ओके, मग समजा आपण काय केलं q इज इक्वल टू q प्लस 10. ओके, q इज इक्वल टू q प्लस 10. So already the value of q is 10 and you can add the 10 value. So the value of q is 20. See the below diagram. Okay, so value of q is updated, that is in the S1 side having 20, S2 side having 20 and again S3 side having the value of q is 20. Okay, and see the version number is also changed. इथं बघा इथं पहिला किती होता व्हर्जन नंबर 1. ज्या साइडला क्यू अपडेट झाला व्हेन यू आफ्टर अप्लाइंग द एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक, ज्या साइडला व्हर्जन नंबर म्हणजे वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाय दॅट एक्सक्लुझिव्ह लॉक, दॅट साइड व्हर्जन नंबर इज चेंज. बघा इथं 1 होता तो इथं किती झाला 2 मीन्स न्यू व्हर्जन नंबर टू ओल्ड व्हर्जन नंबर प्लस 1. पहिला व्हर्जन नंबर किती होता 1. So in that we are going to add the एक transaction perform झालं exclusive lock चं, then you can change the version number, right? So like this way, okay, see in this that when you apply the exclusive lock, okay, so the version number transaction T read the highest number, okay, and then the new version number to old version number is 2, right? And like this way we are going to apply by using majority and the biased protocol, we are going to update that transaction. Okay, so this is nothing but the majority biased protocol. So read one, write all. Okay, read one and write all. So biased protocol is a special case of, already we have seen that quorum consensus. Okay, so in that allow read to read any one of the replica but update is required. Okay, in the bias quorum what we have to do, जर तुम्हाला फक्त रीड करायचं असेल तर ते तुम्हाला अलाउ करायचं. There is no need to apply the shared lock in the other side. But once if you have to update is required, so replica to be available at the commit time. Means read one ओके, रीड करताना तुम्ही लक्षात घ्या, मी मगाशी सांगितलेलं एक्झाम्पल, रीड करत असताना फक्त ती साइड लॉक केली तरी चालते, दुसऱ्या साइड लॉक करायची गरज नाही. म्हणजे रीड 1, रीड करताना एकच साइड तुम्ही काय करा, लॉक करा. बट राईट ऑल, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही राईट करता त्यावेळेस ऑल द साइड्स विल बी लॉक. ओके, when you once you have to write the something on the data atom, so that time there is need to apply exclusive lock in the other sides where that replica copy is available. Okay, so read 1 and write all available. Ignoring failed site is attractive but incorrect. समजा एखादी तुम्ही जिथं की आता समजा क्यू डेटा आयटम S4 साइडला अवेलेबल आहे, but now S4 side is failed. ओके, सो इफ फेल्ड लिंक कम बॅक, ज्यावेळेस ती फेल झालेली लिंक आहे, जर त्यावेळेस ज्यावेळेस ती पुन्हा रिपेअर होईल without a disconnected side, even being aware that it was disconnected, and then the side then has old value and read from that side, so return the incorrect value. Okay, once that side has to be recovered, so automatically the replica copy is updated. Okay, in the other side lock table, if that transaction is successfully committed, then that coordinator side can be send a message to the failure side. You can also update that replica. So why it is important? For the data consistency. Okay, so with the network partition side, in each partition may update some atom concurrently. Okay, so believing that sides in other partition have all failed, जरी समजा दुसऱ्या साइडच्या पार्टिशन साइडच्या सगळ्या साइड जरी फेल्ड झाल्या, ज्या साइडला नेटवर्क अवेलेबल आहे, जिथं ट्रान्झॅक्शन परफॉर्म झालंय, दॅट कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड हॅव्हिंग द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू अपडेट ऑल द रेप्लिका कॉपीज इन द अदर साइड. वन्स दॅट साइट इज रिकवर्ड, एकदा ती साइड रिकवर, फेल झालेली साइड रिकवर झाली, कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड कॅन बी सेंड सी इन देअर लॉक टेबल if the transaction T is successfully committed. Okay, so then that coordinator side can be send a message to the failure side, and then failure side can be update that replica copy. Okay, so according to that the consistency in the database is maintained in the distributed database environment. Okay, so how the coordinator has to be selected, already मी सांगितले की इलेक्शन घेतलं जातं. इलेक्शन घेतलं जातं म्हणजे काय, की मगाशीच मी एक्झाम्पल सांगितलं की आपल्या डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड in a distributed database environment having 3 sites. Okay, in the distributed database having 3 sites, Pandharpur, Solapur and Pune. Okay, now Pandharpur sites wants to perform a transaction, but that site is failed. ज्या साइडला ट्रान्झॅक्शन इनिशिएट होतं तर ती झाली कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड. ओके, and ते ट्रान्झॅक्शन परफॉर्म करण्यासाठी दुसऱ्या साइड इन्व्हॉल्व होतात, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज ए participating side. But now the Pandharpur side is failed. Okay, so that time how the coordinator has to be selected. आता ट्रान्झॅक्शन तर तुम्हाला परफॉर्म करायचंय, पण साइड तर फेल झाली. ओके, so one of the most biggest advantage of distributed database is availability. Okay, robustness and availability. So we are going to, if whether that site is failed, but if you want to perform a transaction, जरी साइट फेल झाली तरी तुम्हाला ट्रान्झॅक्शन काय करायचंय, परफॉर्म करायचंय. मग कसं परफॉर्म केलं जातं, the site which maintain the enough information locally as a role of the coordinator if actually coordinator fail. समजा पंढरपूर साइड कोऑर्डिनेटर होती पण ती साइड फेल झाली. ओके, बट यू वांट टू परफॉर्म दॅट ट्रान्झॅक्शन, दॅट टाइम व्हेन द ऍक्च्युअल कोऑर्डिनेटर फेल, सो बॅकअप कोऑर्डिनेटर एक्झिक्यूट द न्यू कोऑर्डिनेटर. जो सेंट्रल कोऑर्डिनेटर असेल तो काय करेल की राहिलेल्या ज्या 2 साइड आहेत त्या 2 साइड पैकी एका साइडला दे हॅज टू बी अकॉर्डिंग टू द इलेक्शन अल्गोरिदम. इलेक्शन म्हणजे काय, इलेक्टेड वन ऑफ द साइड कॅन बी इलेक्टेड ऍज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर. राहिलेल्या 2 साइड पैकी कुठली तरी एका साइडला तो काय करेल, इलेक्टेड, म्हणजे दे हॅज टू बी इलेक्टेड ऍज अ न्यू कोऑर्डिनेटर, and that in a new coordinator having the responsibility for performing that particular transaction. म्हणजे समजा पंढरपूर साइड फेल झाली, मग सेंट्रल कोऑर्डिनेटरनी काय केलं की पुणे साइडला कोऑर्डिनेटर केलं. ट्रान्झॅक्शन तर परफॉर्म करायचे, जरी ती साइड फेल असली that central coordinator is elected. Central coordinator can be apply the election algorithm, and now the Pune is a new coordinator. Pune side is a new coordinator, so that Pune side is having the responsibility to execute that transaction, and after successfully executing that transaction, that replica copy is updated. One पंढरपूर side is repair. एकदा पंढरपूर side repair झाली की Pune side is a coordinator side. So Pune side can be send a message to the Pandharpur side. You are also updated that replica copy. Okay, whatever the transaction you are data item we are going to update it. So like this way, this message that new coordinator, नवीन coordinator आता आपला कोण आहे? Pune side. So that Pune side is having the response. In the Pune side log table, whether that transaction is successfully committed, that Pune side can be after recovering that Pandharpur side ज्यावेळेस रिकवर होईल, कारण ती फेल झाली होती, ज्यावेळेस रिकवर होईल त्यावेळेस Pune side can be send a message to the Pandharpur side. You can also update that replica copy. Okay, so for that they are going to apply that different Boolean algorithm is applied. Okay, if no message is sent with the T, assume that site with A has the highest number and has failed and restart the algorithm. समजा एखादी साइड तुमची कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड आहे, पण त्या कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड कडून तुम्हाला काही रिस्पॉन्सच येत नाही, नो मेसेज इज सेंड, आणि मेसेज पण सेंड होत नाही, and we are not getting some reply also. So after the failed side recover, it immediately begins the execution of the same algorithm. ज्यावेळेस ती साइड फेल होईल, so that time the election algorithm is applied, and out of that remaining side, one side can be elected as a new coordinator, and that new coordinator having the responsibility for the performing that transaction. Current distributed database having the one of the most important characteristic is what? Availability and robustness. By other way we are going to perform that transaction. Okay, so that time what happened, the central coordinator can be apply the election algorithm, and remaining side ज्या काही साइड रिमेनिंग आहेत, ओके, समजा आपल्या डेटाबेस मध्ये 4 साइड आहेत, त्या 4 पैकी एक साइड फेल झाली, सो दॅट इज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड. मग राहिलेल्या 3 साइड पैकी one side can be considered as a new coordinator, and that new coordinator side having the responsibility to execute that transaction successfully, and after successful commit, that replica copy is also updated. Okay, and fail झालेली side recover झाली की जी नवीन coordinator side आहे, that can be send a message to the failure side. Okay, you can also update that replica, whatever the transaction we are going to update, whatever the update can be made on that particular data item. So according to that, you can make the modification on that data item, right? So this is nothing but the Boolean algorithm. Okay, so now we are going to moving the one of the most important protocol, that is time stamping. Already you all has to be seen in the third year, I think, database management system. So this is also one of the concurrency control protocol. The timestamp based concurrency control protocol can be used in the distributed database system environment. So in your examination, for example, if you are having the theoretical examination, so that time the write a short note on timestamping protocol, or explain the timestamping protocol for the concurrency control. So that type of question will be asked in your examination. So timestamp based concurrency control protocol can be used in the distributed system. Each transaction must be given a unique timestamp. प्रत्येक transaction ला एक unique timestamp दिलेला असतो बघा. So what is the main problem in this timestamping? How to generate a timestamp in the distributed fashion. So two method for generating the unique timestamp. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये दोन मेथड यूज केले जातात की युनिक टाइमस्टॅम्प एखाद्या साइडला कसा लोकेट करायचा. सो सेंट्रलाइज्ड, दे आर हॅव्हिंग अ सिंगल साइड अँड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द टाइम. एक साइड काय कन्सिडर होईल, सेंट्रलाइज साइड, आणि त्या सेंट्रलाइज साइडची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी काय, वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द टाइमस्टॅम्प. आता म्हणजे काय की सपोज in your distributed database environment having the 3 sides, Okay, out of 3 side, 1 side can be act as a central side. Okay, and that central side having the responsibility to distribute the timestamp to other side. Okay, so see, in the distributed, each side generate unique local timestamp using either a local counter or the what local clock. So how the timestamp, unique timestamp can be given? So the unique timestamp can be given by using logical counter, or the local clock. Okay, whatever their local clock, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 millisecond, 4 millisecond, depending on that. So according to that, you can given the unique timestamp to that particular side. Okay, one side can be considered as a what? One side can be considered as a central side. Okay, and that side having the responsibility to distribute the timestamp to other side. Okay, so see guys, at here the global unique timestamp is obtained by concatenate. 1 minute, you can take 5 minutes. Unmute screen. Okay, fine. Thank you. Sorry for inconvenience. I think I am forget to unmute. Okay. See guys, at here in the already I am discussing about the time stamping. Okay. So in consider as a central side. Okay, and that central side having the responsibility to distribute the timestamp to other side. Okay, but the timestamp कसा distribute करते थी central side? So for that unique local timestamp they can use logical counter or the local clock. Logical counter एखादा use केला जातो किंवा they are going to use the local clock. Okay. So global unique timestamp is obtained by, आता ह्या सगळ्यांचं ग्लोबल म्हणजे सगळ्या साईडचं कॉम्बिनेशन करायचंय. सो द ग्लोबल युनिक टाइम स्टॅम्प म्हणजे ह्या साईडला 2 मिनिट्स दिले, त्या साईडला 2 मिनिट्स दिलेत. सो ग्लोबल सपोज 2 साईड आहेत. One side can be given as a 2 minutes, other side has also given the 2 minutes. So the combination of both means 2 plus 2, that is a global unique timestamp, that is 4. So you can concatenate the unique local timestamp with the unique identifier. Okay, so see at here guys, So by using example, you can get the clear idea about that timestamping. So if one side generate the local timestamp at the rate faster than the other side, okay, the fast side logical counter will be larger than the other side. So all the timestamp generated, the fast side will be larger than those generated by the other side. ठीक आहे. आता एक साइड असे की if one side generate the local timestamp at the rate faster than the other side. समजा एक साइड ने जो लोकल टाइम स्टॅम्प जनरेट केला and by using that in the fastly they are going to perform that transaction, so that fast side logical counter will be larger than the other side, so that time fix the problem. Okay, all the sides generate, the fast side will be larger than those generated by the other side, so that time you can fix this problem. Define within each side SI a logical clock, so which generate the unique local timestamp. Means those side can be performing that transaction, how much time can be required for performing the transaction. So like this way, this logical clock will be assigned to all other side and require that yes, advance that logical clock whenever the request is received from the transaction Ti with the timestamp, suppose xy, and x is greater than the current value of LC. So in this case, that particular side is advance its logical log, the value is +1. Means what? What we have, what in this case, suppose if you have to perform a transaction, समजा पंढरपूर side आहे आणि तुमची पुणे आणि सोलापूर side आहे. Okay, in the Pandharpur side, they are going to they wants to perform that transaction for require 1 minute, and the Pune and Solapur side wants to perform that transaction require 2 minutes. Okay, but which is the faster side? That is Pandharpur side is faster. So in that case, in that case, see that require the logical clock, means Pandharpur side wants to perform that transaction require the 1 minute, but the other two sides can be require performing that transaction require 2 minutes. So in this case, side S advance its logical clock to the value of +1. Okay, so they are going to update their logical counter. They can require some time to other side. Okay, so that time they are going to update that logical counter, and according to other side, they are going to update their logical counter. Okay, that side reintegration means what? When the failed side recover. If, for example, me out of 3 side, 1 side is failed. If when the failed side is recover, it must catch up with all the updates that is missed while it was down. Okay, म्हणजे समजा पंढरपूर साइड फेल झाली होती, ज्यावेळेस पंढरपूर साइड रिकवर होईल, when the Pandharpur side is recover, so that time whatever the updation made in the other side, so it can be catch up. Okay, and whatever the values we are going to miss, so the problem is what update may be happened to atom whose replica is stored at that side while the side is recovering. म्हणजे त्या साइडला जी रेप्लिका कॉपी अवेलेबल आहे, त्याच जी रेप्लिका त्याच्याकडे अवेलेबल आहे, त्यामध्ये जर काही अपडेशन बाकीच्या साइडनी केले असतील, that side when the failed side is recover, it must catch up with all the updates. Okay, and whatever the values we are going to miss, whatever the updations are made on that data atom. Okay, so solution is what? Halt all the updates on the system while reintegration aside, means unacceptable disruption. This is a solution first. सगळेच halt करा update. जोपर्यंत ती साइड रिकवर होत नाही तोपर्यंत you can't make some modification in the database. Okay, once that side is recovered, तोपर्यंत ती साइड रिकवर होत नाही तोपर्यंत तुम्ही अपडेट करायचं नाही. Once that side is recover, then you can perform the final commit on that particular transaction. Okay, this is the solution first. And solution second is what? Lock all the replica of data atom at the site and update the latest version, then release the lock. सध्या आता latest version 2 आहे आणि फेल झालेल्या साइडचं version 1 आहे. So you can update the latest version of that data atom. Another solution with the better concurrency are also available. Once that site is recover, okay, once that site is recover, So they can see the log table of the other side can be send the message to the failure side, and they can update their replica copy. So by using that, we are going to maintain the data consistency. These are the solutions are given. एक तर काय करा, जोपर्यंत ती साइड रिकवर होत नाही तोपर्यंत अपडेटच करू नका, म्हणजे हॉल्ट ऑल द ट्रान्झॅक्शन. दिस इज द फर्स्ट सोल्युशन. किंवा मग दुसरं सोल्युशन काय सांगितलंय, जर समजा ती साइड फेल झाली आणि तुम्हाला मग एक साइड कॅन बी परफॉर्म दॅट successful commit on that transaction and replica copy is updated. Once that site is recover, ekda ती site recover झाली की then you can send a message to that recover failure side, and by using that you can update that transaction. So this is other solution with the better concurrency are also available. Okay, so then we are going to moving the last point in this chapter, that is distributed query processing. In the distributed environment, how the query is processed, how we can access that data, how we can access that replica copy, and how we are going to perform that transaction. And after successfully performing, suppose in the vertical fragmentation and horizontal fragmentation already we have seen that, right? So in the distributed database environment, how the data is stored, the data has to be stored by using two ways, that is vertical fragmentation and horizontal fragmentation, right? So there are variety of methods of computing how the query has to be processed in the distributed environment. This is one of the most important point in this chapter. Okay, how the query has to be processed. So there are a variety of methods for computing the answer to the query. We choose a method for processing a query that minimize the amount of time that it takes to compute the answer. Okay, so when you are performing that, suppose if you have to require, suppose the data is to be storing into the fragmented manner. Data कसा store झालाय, fragmented. एक कॉलम एका साइडला, दुसरा कॉलम दुसऱ्या साइडला, तिसरा कॉलम, एक टेबल आहे, समजा एम्प्लॉई टेबल आहे, एम्प्लॉई नंबर, सपोज व्हर्टिकल फ्रॅगमेंटेशन आहे. ओके, सो इन द एम्प्लॉई टेबल, employee number is available on the Pandharpur side, employee name and designation is available in the Pune side, and the remaining part, their address and all that thing can be available in the Solapur side. And when once you have to perform some transaction on that employee table, so the data is distributed, table vertically fragment झाल्यामुळे एक कॉलम एका साइडला आहे, दुसरा कॉलम दुसऱ्या साइडला आहे, and now we are going to perform that transaction on that particular employee number, suppose 3. Okay, so their employee number is available on the Pandharpur side, their address and remaining columns can be available in the other side. Okay, so we choose for processing a query that minimize the amount of time. आता हे सगळं तुम्हाला एका ठिकाणी कलेक्ट करायचंय, and then we are going to perform transaction, right? One column is available at the one side, other column is available on the other side, so you can concatenate all the data, right? पूर्ण टेबल एका ठिकाणी तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, कॉन्कॅटेट करायचं आहे, and then we are going to perform a transaction. But in that case we have to minimize the amount of time it takes to compute the, by using that we are going to execute that query and you can compute that answer. So for centralized system, the primary criteria for measuring the cost of particular strategy in this number of disk access. Okay, so in the distributed system we must take into account several other matters include. Okay, so when you once you have to performing a query, so that first time they have to see that the cost of the data transmission over the network. ओके, किती कॉस्ट लागते की तो तिथून डेटा आपल्याला इकडे आणणं. समजा डेटा तुमचा व्हर्टिकली फ्रॅगमेंट झालाय, मी जसं एक्झाम्पल सांगितलं की वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म सम ट्रान्झॅक्शन ऑन द एम्प्लॉई टेबल. ओके, बट दॅट एम्प्लॉई टेबल इज डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड, डेटा स्टोर कसा झालाय, one column is available at the Pandharpur side, remaining column can be available in the Pune side and the Solapur side. Okay, and we have to perform some transaction on the suppose employee ID 3. एम्प्लॉई आयडी 3 वरती आपल्याला त्याचा ऍड्रेस आपल्याला अपडेट करायचा आहे. सो दॅट टाइम, ओके, इन दॅट टाइम how much cost of the data transmission over the network. सगळा डेटा कंबाईन करण्यासाठी तो नेटवर्क थ्रू येणार आहे. Okay, all the sites are interconnected with the network. So how much cost of the data transmission over the network? The potential gain in the performance from having the several site process the part of the query in the parallel. Okay, म्हणजे काय, the potential gain, the performance is totally depend on that. Once we have to concatenate that data, and then we are going to perform that particular query, okay, in the parallel manner. So these things can be taken account when performing that query processing. Okay, so how the query, so find all the tuples in the account relation. Tuples म्हणजे काय, एक record. ओके, तर सगळे फर्स्ट वी हॅव टू फाइंड, पहिल्यांदा ते शोधा कुठं कुठं आहे. Although the query is a simple processing, it is not a travel, since the account relation may be fragmented or replicated or both. ओके, तुमचं जे डेटा स्टोरेज आहे, एक तर तो फ्रॅगमेंट झालेला असेल किंवा रेप्लिकेटेड असेल. ओके, किंवा ह्या दोन्हीचं कॉम्बिनेशन असेल. सम ऑफ द डेटा इज फ्रॅगमेंटेड, रो मध्ये एम्प्लॉईचं एक रेकॉर्ड सोलापूर ब्रांचला आहे, दुसऱ्या एम्प्लॉईचं वन रो हॉरिझॉन्टली. ओके, तर एका एम्प्लॉईचं एम्प्लॉई नंबर 1 रेकॉर्ड इज फ्रॅगमेंटेड इन and stored in the Pandharpur side. Employee number 2 record is stored in the Pune side. Employee 3 is stored in the Solapur side. Okay, so consider the horizontal fragmentation of the account relation into, so branch name, suppose Hillside, and account 2 having the branch name that is Valley View. So the query is branch name of the Hillside become the branch name Hillside, which optimize into. So you can make the union, combine both. Okay, कारण ह्या दोन्ही साइड करून आपल्याला तो डेटा घ्यायचा आहे. You can combine both, you can apply the union on that, and simple join process can be happen, and in that you can take the major decision in the selection of the query processing strategy with choosing the join strategy. Okay, you can apply the join, कारण तुम्हाला concatenate करायचा आहे डेटा. You can see, कारण डेटा फ्रॅगमेंट झालाय. ओके, सपोज वर्टिकल फ्रॅगमेंटेशन असेल, हॉरिझॉन्टल फ्रॅगमेंटेशन असेल, किंवा द डेटा इज स्टोर्ड, दॅट डेटा इज रेप्लिकेटेड. ओके, दॅट डेटा इज रेप्लिकेटेड. सो दॅट टाइम व्हॉट वी हॅव टू डू, सो यू कॅन अप्लाय द जॉईन. ओके, जॉईन करायचं आहे, कॉन्कॅटिनेट करायचं आहे. सो यू कॅन अप्लाय द जॉईन, अँड बाय युझिंग दॅट जॉईन, so you can join all the data and concatenate that data, and then we are going to apply some account, depositor, branch, these are the different tables. So we are going to apply that join, and then we are going to perform some transaction. Okay, so for that you can simple join processing can be applied, you can concatenate all the fragmented data, and then we are going to successfully update that transaction. Okay, that possible query processing strategy, what, shift the copies of all 3 relation to the site. shift करायच्या, म्हणजे समजा तुम्हाला अकाउंट मधली पण इन्फॉर्मेशन पाहिजे, अकाउंट टेबल मधली, डिपॉझिटर टेबल मधली, and branch टेबल मधली. Okay, and account is stored at the side S1, depositor is available at the S2 side, and branch information is available at the S3 side. Okay, and for the query we can require all 3. Okay, जी तुम्हाला query perform करायची आहे. Okay, so that query can require all the information from the account table also, depositor table also, or branch table also. And account is stored at the side S1, depositor table is available in the S2, and branch table is available at the S3 side. Okay, so that time what we have to do, you can shift the copy of all the 3 relation to side S1. ज्या साइडला तुम्ही ट्रान्झॅक्शन परफॉर्म, दोज हु आर द कोऑर्डिनेटर साइड, सो यू कॅन शिफ्ट, ट्रान्सफर करायचे. शिफ्ट म्हणजे काय, मूव करायचे. shift copies of all the 3 relation and shift the copy of the account relation to S2, and compute the temp, means combine all that, shift the temp 1 from the S2 to S3 and compute the temp 2 is equal to temp 1 and branch at the S3. So like this way, whatever the information we are going to require, means suppose see, we require the account information, account table is also required, depositor table is also required, and branch table is also required. But account table is stored at the S1 side, depositor side is also available at the S2 side, and branch table is stored at the S3 side. So for the performing that transaction, you can shift जे जे लागते ते कुठल्या तरी एका साइडला तुम्ही काय करा, ट्रान्सफर करा, and you can concatenate that data, and you can devise a similar strategy and exchanging the role of S1, S2 and S3, and must consider the following factor: amount of data being shipped, किती डेटा तुम्ही शिफ्ट केलाय, cost of the transmission, data block between the side, एका साइड करून तुम्ही दुसऱ्या साइडला तो डेटा कॉन्केट मूव करताय, and that data is moving on the network. Okay, and relative processing speed at each side. Okay, every side is participating. So for the shipping that data, concatenate that data, and the coordinator side can be performing that transaction. Okay, so that's why for that we are going to consider the some of the factor: how much amount of data being shipped, किती तुम्हाला data shift करावा लागणार आहे, how much cost of transmitting a data block between the side, तुम्हाला त्यासाठी कॉस्ट किती लागणार आहे की डेटा ट्रान्सफर करण्यासाठी, and relative processing speed at each side, प्रत्येक साइडचं तो डेटा एक्झिक्यूट करण्याचं स्पीड किती आहे. ओके, so the semi join strategy is what? So let's R1 be the relation with the schema R1 stored at the site S1. Suppose let's R be the relation, एक relation R आहे आणि ते कुठं स्टोर आहे, S1 साइडला. Let's R2 be also one of the relation with the schema of R2, and that is stored at the S2 side. So you have to evaluate the expression R1 into R2, means we can combine union and intersection and obtain the result at S1 side. तुम्हाला ह्या दोघांचं combine दोन्ही relations combination करून we are going to perform a transaction, and that result has to be shown at the S2 side. So how you can compute that temp 1? So R1 intersection R2 at the S1 side and shift the temp 1 from S1 to S2 and compute the temp 2 into R2 into temp 1 at S2. So temp 1 and temp 2, these are the data item. Okay, and the relations R1 with the schema of R1 that is stored at the S1. तर तुम्ही त्या साइडला शिफ्ट करा temp 2 from S2 to S1, and by using that we are going to perform that transaction. Okay, so like this way we are going to shift that data over the network. If the data item is in the distributed data item, it is fragmented. Okay, in the distributed data item, so data is stored in the form of fragmented or in the form of replicated. So in that case we have to apply some join, because data is fragmented all over the side. So that's why there is need to join, concat सगळा data combine करायचा, and then we are going to perform that transaction. Okay, so what is the formal definition of that semi join? So R1 with R2 is denoted by R1 into R2, म्हणजे दोन्ही combine it definitely by R1 into R2. R2 select this tuple of R1 that contribute the R1 into R2, means you can combine that both, and then you can apply the join on the several relation with the above strategy, can extend it to series of that semi join process. Okay, so you can simple join processing you can apply, or also you can apply the semi join strategy. Okay, and by using that we are going to perform the query into the distributed query processing. Okay, so there are the variety of methods for computing the answer, means there is data is fragmented or data might be a replicated. If the data storage is a fragmented, it might be a vertical fragmented, or it might be a horizontal fragmented. So once you have to performing some query in the distributed database, there is need to join हे fragment झालेले जे तुकडे आहेत, so there is need to join that fragmented data item database, and once it can be completed, then we are going to apply the query. So for that we can apply the simple join process, or you can semi join process. And by after that joining that all the data item, just तुम्ही database सगळा join कराल, that is nothing but your complete database. Okay, and then you can apply the query, and after the successfully committed that transaction, again you can modify that fragmented copy, or you can modify that replicated copy. Okay, so like this way the query processing can be done in the distributed database environment. Okay, here our chapter number first is finished. I think it is very lengthy and very big chapter. So all the points where here I am going to cover very detailed. Okay, so that's why I require more time to for completing this database system architecture first chapter. Now the second chapter is very small, that is parallel database. Already we have seen that in the parallel database, shared nothing. Which are the architectures in the parallel database? Anyone? Already we have seen the in the first chapter. Which are parallel database मधले architectures आपण already first chapter मध्ये पाहिलेले आहेत. कुठले? Anyone? Anyone? संस्कृती? आठवतं की नाही 3 टाइपचे आपण आर्किटेक्चर बघितले पॅरलर मध्ये? shared memory, shared disk, and shared nothing. Right? So these are the 3 architectures of parallel database. Already we have seen. Okay, shared memory, shared disk, and shared nothing. Right? So these are the things we have seen in the parallel database. So the anyone can be saying me what is meant by parallel system? Anyone? In parallel processing, what we have to do? Anyone? Parallel database. In parallel processing, many operations are performed simultaneously. Right? In the serial processing, coarse grain and massive grain, fine grain. Already these 2 concepts we have seen. The parallel consists of small number of powerful processor, that is coarse grain, and fine grains means consider the thousands of smaller processor. Okay, so by using that you can measure the throughput and response time, the number of tasks that can be completed in the given time interval, that is nothing but the throughput. And what is meant by response time? The amount of time is taken to complete the single task. Okay, from the time is to be submitted. So in that already speed up and scale up concept already we have seen. And they're having 3 types of architectures in the parallel database, that is shared memory. Shared memory मध्ये काय असतं? All the processor shares a common memory. Here I am going to show the diagram. I think it is not at here. Okay, only they can share the memory. Okay, in the shared only disk and processors are there, and they can share here. See in this diagram what is in the shared memory. The processor, see, this is a processor, the processor and disk. This is a processor, this is a disk. This processor and disk can be shared a common memory. एकच common memory share करत असेल कोण? Processor and disk. So efficient communication between the processor, not scalable beyond the 32 and 64 processor. याच्यापेक्षा जास्त तुम्ही scale up करू शकत नाही. हे जे architecture समजा तुम्ही एखाद्या, this is in the one building. Okay, so not more than 64 processors. 64 processor पेक्षा जास्त तुम्ही त्यामध्ये add करू शकत नाही. Okay, so this is a architecture of shared memory. Processor and disk shared common memory. Shared common memory. Okay, and shared nothing मध्ये okay shared disk मध्ये every processor having their private memory. प्रत्येक प्रोसेसरला त्याची प्रायव्हेट मेमरी असेल. Okay, all the processor can access all the disk directly via this intercommunication network. Processor having their private memory, प्रत्येक प्रोसेसरला त्याची काय असेल private memory, and all the processor access all the disk directly via this intercommunication network. ह्या डिस्क सगळे प्रोसेसर काय करतील डायरेक्टली ऍक्सेस करतील via this intercommunication network. So what is means by shared nothing? Every processor having their own memory and their own disk. Okay, each node in the machine consists, त्या प्रत्येक मशीनला त्याची काय असेल memory on their private memory and their private disk. Okay, the processor at one node may be communicate with the other. One processor can be communicate with this other processor. Okay, so what is the advantage? It is more scalable. त्यामध्ये तुम्ही कितीही प्रोसेसर ह्या केस मध्ये तुम्ही ऍड करू शकता. But what is the disadvantage? Cost of the communication on the non-local disk access. Okay, so suppose that processor wants the data from this disk, so that time they can communicate with that processor, and by using that you can access that data. So what is the advantage point? It is scalable. हे तुम्ही याच्यामध्ये किती प्रोसेसर तुम्ही ह्या केस मध्ये ऍड करू शकता ह्या आर्किटेक्चर मध्ये. Okay, but in the shared disk again it is not scalable, but it is more scalable than shared memory. Shared memory पेक्षा हे scalable आहे. But in the shared memory you can't scale more than 64 processor. Okay, so that's why this is a disadvantage of the shared memory. But the advantage what? It is efficient communication between the processor. Data is shared in the memory, can be accessed by send a message to other processor memory writes. Okay, memory. So in the next lecture we are going to start the chapter number 2, that is parallel database. Okay, so parallel database means what? What is meant by parallel database? Parallel systems means you can operations are performed simultaneously as opposed to the serial processing. Okay, so in that you can improve the processing input output speed by using the multiple processor and multiple disk. Okay, so in that we have seen the 3 architecture, and the 4 hierarchical is a combination of shared disk and shared nothing. See, hierarchical is a combination of top level having the shared nothing and the base level having the shared memory, and at the middle level having the shared disk. It is a combination of 3. At the top level having shared nothing, base level सगळ्यात खाली shared memory. See, this is shared memory, shared memory, shared memory. And at the each node at the middle level, okay, at the middle level each node share the disk. प्रत्येक node काय share करेल? Disk. It is a combination combine all the characteristics of shared nothing, shared memory and shared disk. So basically these are the 4 types of architecture in the parallel database. So why I am going to repeat that thing? Because in the next lecture we are going to start the parallel database. So you have to know the basic concept of parallel database. What are the architecture of parallel database? How we can speed up and scale up the execution time of that particular data, particular transaction. So already that things we have seen in the chapter number 1. So that's why before starting the 2nd chapter I am going to repeat that things. Okay, so in the chapter number 2, it is very small. You can within 2 hours, I think in the next within 2 hours we are going to complete that thing. So in the parallel database, interquery, intraquery, interoperation and intraoperation. These are the only 4 basic concepts are there. Okay, input output parallelism, how it can be happened, what is the interquery, intraquery, interoperation and intraoperation. Okay, these are the 4 main concepts we will see in the parallel database. Okay, so we are going to start this chapter in the next lecture. Okay, so now I am going to conduct the attendance. Okay, so from division A, roll number 24. Roll number 24.
Present.
Okay. Roll number 7. 9.
Present, ma'am. Roll number 9.
Okay. 15.
Present, ma'am.
24. Accounts already I am yeah. Okay, fine. Go then 25.
Present, ma'am.
28.
Present, ma'am.
30.
Yes, ma'am.
37.
Present, ma'am.
54.
Present, ma'am.
58.
Present, ma'am.
70.
Present.
Okay. 34. Yes.
Present, ma'am. 34.
Okay, fine.
Present.
Yeah. So I am again repeat the present numbers in division A. Roll number 7, 9, 15, 24, 25, 28, 30, 34, 37, 54, 58, 70, 34. If anyone is remaining from division A, yes. No one. Okay, fine. And then from division B, roll number 3.
Ma'am.
Okay, 16.
Present, ma'am.
26.
Yes, ma'am.
30. Abhishek Bankar.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Then 49.
Present, ma'am.
52. 55.
Present.
Then 70.
Present.
Then 14. 14. 1 4. Pooja.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am,
Uh,
42.
Yeah,
B42.
B42. What's your name?
Jaydeep, ma'am.
Jaydeep. Okay. Okay, fine. So guys, if you have any doubts, any problem, please ask me frankly. Whatever the concept is not understood with you, so be frankly, you can,
Madam, B52.
yes,
B52. Ajinkya.
52, B52.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. I make it present. So see guys, I request all the students, please be present in all the lectures. Okay, this is very basic concepts. This will be very helpful when you go through the IT companies. If you have to make a developer, so that time the database concepts are very important. So that's why I'm saying that you all has to be present, and you have to clear all the concepts. Whenever I am explaining that point, you can please be frankly, you can ask me, and you can clear your doubts. Okay, so that's why I'm talking about that. And in the next lecture we will start the next chapter also, and also the whatever the practical things we are going to implemented, that things are also completed within that time. Okay, fine, thank you so much, have a good day.
Hello, ma'am. A07 is present.
Ahilya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 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 fine. Okay, so guys, thank you so much, have a good day.
And the question which will be asked in the university examination, questions were asked in the chapter number first. Okay, so explain the working of two. Then explain the two types of fragmentation. Already we have seen in the data distributed database, two types of fragmentations are there: horizontal and vertical. Will be asked the 10 marks. Then explain the future of the client server system. Okay, then explain the data server and its various issues, different types of, that is single log manager, distributed functions protocol. These questions will be also as like that. They can ask, for example, they can say that you can explain this core protocol. Otherwise, you can explain the 4 locking protocol used for concurrency control in distributed database. Okay, so with the graph, we can explain. In the parallel database, we have seen the concept that is speed up and scale up. So can with the graph, we can explain the linear speed up and sublinear speed up. Okay, and write the steps of Boole algorithm and the election of the coordinator, how that site is elected. If the suppose coordinator site is failed, so how it is can be elected, that the new coordinator site by using Boole algorithm. You can write the steps, and the last you can write the steps of semi-join. In the distributed query environment, how the query is processed. So that time you can apply some join or the semi-join process. So you can write the steps of semi-join process. Okay, so these are the questions will be asked in the chapter number first. So everyone please note down it. Everyone please note down these questions that will be asked in the university examination. Please note it down. Thank you, student. You can leave now. You can note down all the questions and write it into the write as an assignment, and you can submit within 3 or 4 days. I'm going to generate the Google link, okay, Google form. You can submit your assignment. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.